Liars, and welcome to the first ever Pretty Little Liars after show here on the Stream.TV Fan Show Network. Tonight we are coming to you from Hollywood, California. My name is Sinead de Vries, and joining me here are my lovely and beautiful co-hosts. To my left...
Hi guys, Ashley Mova here. So excited to talk all things A with you tonight.
And over here on my right...
Hello everybody, I am Meghan Lamontagne, and thanks so much for tuning in. So excited to talk about A.
And all the way at the end over there...
Hi guys, Stephanie Gray here. So excited to rehash the premiere of Pretty Little Liars. Will we find out who A is? I doubt it.
No,
Probably not. Not happening tonight.
No, we're apparently never going to find out because we just all found out that Pretty Little Liars has been renewed for 2 additional seasons.
Yes!
Yes!
Yes! That is really cool. Which is super exciting. 2 more years of this, but it's also super frustrating because we know we're going to be
find out who A is.
really stressed out for a while now for 2 more years, but hey, you know, it's worth it.
I think by the end of 2 years, they'll probably be able to go with every single character in this show as A. Couldn't they just mix it around? They'd be like, well, they were lying then and doing this then, and then somehow anyone could be convicted
But
as
I mean,
A.
what they're doing, we love it. So
Absolutely.
can we complain?
I'm not complaining.
So we're not complaining.
Yeah, exactly how many years are we going on now? Like,
oh my gosh.
Okay, so it started in 2010, right?
Yeah.
This is 2014. And it's going to be 2016 when it's over. So
Crazy.
essentially 6 years of just what, I mean, what if this was a real case in real life and you just didn't know the killer for 6 years?
Oh my
Which
gosh.
happens, by the way.
And it's really creepy to think
That
about.
totally seems like my personal hell.
And you know things are going to get weird because supposedly the girls are in their senior year of high school.
Yes.
Right,
And then,
that's
so if there's 2 more
true.
seasons, then we're going to go to college. And then a whole
think of
new
that.
group of
Careers.
suspects.
That's
Right,
weird.
and then it can't be on ABC Family anymore.
You're right.
And they're
It's
gonna
gonna
have to hit up
be
like HBO, exactly. They're gonna have to hit up like MTV or HBO or something.
Yeah.
Like, well.
Oh, P.S. Speaking of college and foreshadowing in the premiere episode, so I would say, or not A, Allison's probably going to be an actress. Did anybody get that?
Yes,
She's like,
yes.
oh, I can see myself here.
Yeah.
Everybody loving me.
Yes, totally. All right, we're gonna get into all the juicy details really, really soon. But first, like, let's go back and talk about the finale because I know that it left us asking so many questions. But the biggest thing was Ezra knew who A was, and
Or did
nobody
he?
else did.
That's a good point because
Right.
he can assume that he knows because he's been writing this
Right.
book and has all
Right.
this information, thinks he's putting the pieces together, but he could be wrong.
Didn't
I mean,
he
they've been wrong
first-
a few times.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and he was wrong. He thought initially that it was one of the girls, okay, and then
Right.
didn't he change his stories like it's Mrs. D now,
Yes.
and now it's like, okay, you obviously don't know.
Yes.
I don't
Mrs.
trust
D
you, Ezra.
though is pretty suspicious. He's really, I mean, maybe she's dead now, considering the season finale, but I feel like she's going to come back. She's,
Honestly, I hope
character.
she's dead.
Really?
I really,
No,
really
I
do.
know. Over her.
I think she is. I think she is.
As a human, she is a sucky
Person,
human.
yes.
Like honestly, she just sucks.
And
Who
she's a
hits
little
their own
boring.
daughter in the head and then buries them? Or maybe she didn't hit her, but she
She
buried
saw
her.
who did it. She saw who hit her on the head, and then
Awful mother.
Yeah, right?
awful mother.
Doesn't check the pulse. She's like, well, I was over you anyway, small child. I'll just bury you alive.
But going back to Ezra, so Ezra did say that he thought A was Mrs. De Laurentiis. However, Mrs. De Laurentiis is seen like being buried in the
finale.
very last season. But here's my point. So while they're on the rooftop in New York, Ezra says, "I know who you are," and like right when he's like ready to shoot. But I'm sorry, Mrs. De Laurentiis is not Spider-Man.
No.
She could not have bounced from building to
That's
building
true.
and then
That's
in the season
true.
premiere been like straddled on the ambulance. Like that was not Mrs.
No,
De Laurentiis.
Little did you know, guys, I'm from the circus.
Right? Exactly. And I think that's what I was thinking too. I was like, there's no way.
No.
All right.
Okay, do you think-
Go ahead.
No, go for it. I would say guy or girl. Guy or girl.
Ooh, good
See, and that was I was
question.
just about to say that because
Right.
honestly, like the voice, it could be either.
Because
Right?
it
really could've
whisper.
been
Well,
either.
tell me when we're talking about the finale, the premiere, and then I'll go over that weird whisper voice.
Yeah, yeah. We'll
It's
get to
either
that.
let's play or
Totally,
it's
that creepy voice. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna haunt me like
Yeah.
all night.
And I couldn't tell if it was a guy or a girl. That's
No.
the whole thing.
Right.
Because so here, is this what we've come up with? There's a ringleader with all the A minions, right? And then there's the minions. So we're trying to figure out essentially who's the leader, right?
It's true. Despicable Me.
Yep.
Right? I mean, at this point, I think it could be anybody, honestly.
It could be.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we're gonna get into the summer premiere, which I know we were freaking out the whole time. We have lots to say, and you guys can also tweet in using the hashtag PLLAS for Pretty Little Liars after show. Towards the end of the show, we're gonna go around and answer some questions and kind of see what everybody else was thinking and see if we are kind of on the same wavelength. I'm pretty sure we probably were.
Yeah.
But anything you want to get answered or any comments or questions that you have, just tweet us because we'll be getting there.
Awesome.
All right, so summer premiere.
Yeah.
I feel like my heart was beating at first because all I wanted to know was, is Ezra alive?
Right.
But in the back of my head, of course he's alive. Because if they killed him off, there would be a freaking protest.
No one would watch the show.
No.
Now that we know that there's 2 more seasons, it's like, we need Ezra.
Yeah.
No one's going to
Absolutely.
watch this
Yeah.
without that core romance,
Of course,
right?
of course.
Yeah.
And can we just talk about how cute, as much as I hated to see it, how cute Alison and Ezra were
Oh
when they
my
were in the
God.
theater together.
Hot couple.
They have such a good chemistry.
I hated seeing that.
I did
Every
too.
time I
I
see
did
them
too.
together, I feel like
he's bouncing around. He's like an awful boy that would bounce around a group of friends. I hate seeing them together. I feel like he's cheating on Aria all
Right.
the time.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't know her at
Except
this
technically,
point,
she came first.
Right.
Very,
She
very
did.
true.
I mean, if you think about it that way, she did. I mean,
Yeah.
before Aria even met Ezra.
Right. There
right?
was Allison and
There
Ezra.
was, and I feel like
Board
they
shorts.
Yes. And I feel like they've done such a good job, like helping us to understand that chemistry was there. Like we're not like, oh God, this is not Aria and Ezra. It's like almost like you can almost see them together, right?
But I have a question, and I think this was raised in season 4, but does Allison really love anybody? Because here's what I'm thinking is the crux of the matter. She's supposed to be good now, right? She's supposed to be good in season 5. She's turned over a leaf. She's like, I've gone.
Supposed to be.
Yeah, supposed to be. And so I'm thinking in the back of my head, she never loved anyone. I don't think people can change just like that.
Right.
You know?
She's definitely a cold-hearted person. I mean, there's even the way she speaks to her friends, like always commenting about their appearance. Like,
eat
I
those
would
bag
not
of potato
be,
chips.
Exactly.
Well,
I
guys.
would not be friends with someone like that.
Just look at her mama. Wouldn't you be that way?
It's true. It's true.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so that just brings me back to the fact that Mrs. DiLaurentis sucks.
Okay, side note, does Allison know that her mom is dead?
Right.
Does she care?
That's a good Does anybody care? She's like, my mom let me die, so I'm gonna let her die.
That's your mama, dearest.
Right, exactly.
At this point, Allison doesn't know, or no one knows,
Okay.
or if Mrs. D is even dead. But that's
Okay.
what we're assuming here. But what I really love about Pretty Little Liars, just as a whole, is the fact that they're always giving us answers, which I appreciate very dearly.
Thank you.
But the more they give us answers, the more freaking questions I
Right,
have.
right,
So
right.
it's like, where's the balance
Well,
here?
I mean, that's what makes it such a good show. It's like, you're like, oh, and then something happens literally within 3 seconds of that first initial, like, clue, and then you're like, okay, well, great. We're
Actually,
just
it's
back to
not
square one.
solved. So I'll watch the next episode.
Right.
But something else I did love during this episode was them actually getting to be with A for like a little bit longer than they usually are. Usually their like interactions with A are maybe not even 5 seconds long, and then someone runs away, someone dies, something like that. But it was really nice to see them with a million A's, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, Allison's hot too. I like watching her.
Yeah.
Keep Allison on. That's
Yeah,
good.
I think that everyone's really responding very well to Allison being back because she's it's kind of felt like there's something missing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think as far as getting with like, she's like our way to get answers. And I feel like we're all like, okay, where's Allison? Like, somebody start talking, Blaze, we're all wanting to know.
Just to bring up something else, talking about, you know, Pretty Little Liars, and I gotta say, there are some cliche moments. What better place to have a creepy scene with a bunch of masks that reminded me of the Scream movie, by the way, but in like a children's park, you know?
They always know how to get it so
Way to go,
creepy.
guys.
Where I'm like, I gotta watch something happy after this.
Yeah.
I can't go to sleep.
Can't go to sleep
And then they
afterwards.
solved that, because then they're all like, on a lighthearted note, let's get some gummy bears. Like,
I did love that scene though, because it really removed them from all the drama and actually showed you a glimpse of their true friendship before they got tangled into all this mess.
Yes, and I feel like we were all kind of like, who has time for a laughing moment right now?
Right.
But, I
the
mean,
audience needs it, though.
You do, you really do. You need like a comedic relief. And friggin' Spencer, like, what the hell? She was so funny tonight.
Which is like rare
She
for her.
was.
She's usually more serious and very like
put together and perfect, but I liked hearing her say the B word.
It's usually Hanna pulling out the one-liners, but Spencer was all over it tonight. Props to you, girl.
On E last night, Spencer was, everyone, in case you guys want to know, is obsessed with Pretty Little Liars right now because it premiered tonight, so naturally they're all on E! News.
Right.
Saw an interview with Spencer, and she's like, well, personally, I really like playing like evil characters more than vanilla characters.
You can see that.
Foreshadowing?
Oh,
Foreshadowing?
yes.
Adderall? Let's get that started back up. Everyone knows that that's what Adderall does.
Oh my goodness.
I also, with the bringing the characters back, I really love seeing Lucas come back. You could totally see him being this psycho guy who's a part of the team that wants to kill the girls.
Yeah.
Just his, like, he was so sweet, you know, when he originally came on the show, being in love with Hanna. It was a little bit possessive. You could see that he could become this psycho guy.
Yes.
I thought that scene was great. You know, having Mona, Lucas, and Paige.
Yeah, it was exciting.
It was exciting. And you know what, too? Not to, like, be all pageant-y and bring in a platform here, but the fact that bullying is so big in school systems now in high school, and the fact that, you know, not that they should retaliate per se, but these characters, people were bullied by Alison.
And their names, I'm sorry, you guys, but the names. Not to downplay what you're saying, because
No.
I get it. Like, honestly, no, you're right, because I feel like in social media, especially now, the whole anti-bullying thing is huge, and that's like kind of Alison and Pretty Little Liars kind of like stand for that. But the names that she called them when they were like, well, what did she call you? Well, what did she call you? And they were first like, she called me hermit, and she called me pigskin, and it was like, whore. Yes. And I literally was like, oh my God, don't laugh. But like, honestly, right?
We were all cracking up on this couch when that happened.
I know. You should. I wish that you guys, viewers, saw us watching
were
this show.
so hard. Like,
we're like, oh yeah, get on that ambulance and ride it, because that would happen. Like, hey guys, call someone a pigskin, because that's a current. Common occurrence in high school these days.
Right?
Oh man.
All right, before we get even more, because we've covered like what, 5 minutes, so we're gonna have a lot more to talk about for the premiere. But as you're watching, you should all follow us on Twitter as well, because you can keep up with us throughout the week, and we're gonna be tweeting stuff as we watch with you also. And you wanna go around and say our Twitter handles so we can all sure. Go ahead, Ashley.
You guys can find me at Ashley Mova, so tweet me. Woo.
Yes, I'm on Twitter and Instagram. It's my first and last name at Sinead de Vries, SineadDevries.
Yes. And you guys can find me at Meg Lamontagne, Lamontagne.
Sorry.
And I'm Stephanie L, as in Lauren, Gray. So Stephanie L Gray. Twitter and Instagram, both the same. I'm not smart enough to make multiple things up. So there you go.
Yeah, that's me too. I don't have multiple. But yeah, definitely hit us up on the internet, because we're gonna be curious to see what you guys are saying about.
Good comments, bad comments. I mean, honestly, if you want to be like, guys, the music, then we want to hear it. Let's rehash.
Yes.
Okay. Also, small side note, can we talk about Shauna for a second?
Yeah.
Happy or sad that she got killed
Okay,
off?
yeah. Can we? Well, that's kind of going into my dislikes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. We can dip. We can dip our toes into the dislikes.
Okay. I really liked Lucas coming back, but I hated Shauna coming back. I feel like she always pops in at the most random times.
Yes.
But I did like that she died.
Yeah! I was just like, over her character,
Going
first
back
of all.
to the positives.
Yes. Guys, FYI, when that scene happened, for like a half hour, we were like, is it a shadow or is it blood? Shadow or blood?
Right. You're like, no. Megan's like, she's dead. It's blood. She's dead. She's dead. I'm like, no. Who dies by being thrown into an orchestra pit? Well, Shauna dies by being thrown into an orchestra pit. Like, literally.
Don't worry, her pulse was gone.
She
after
had to have landed like on a violin or something.
Seriously?
For me, that was a little unrealistic, if I'm being 100% honest.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was so weird. It was weird. However, I love how the girls are so badass, and how Aria just comes out of nowhere with like this rifle.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm gonna get that, you know.
Yes.
So that was really that was cool, I guess.
No, I like that part. I 100% like that part.
Yeah.
What about Ezra? Remember when he whispered, did he whisper, just to recap, I still don't think I really know. Did he whisper Shauna, like go get Shauna before
that's what I'm thinking.
I think that was the conclusion, but we didn't really actually hear what he said.
Okay.
That would make sense.
me.
Why,
I know.
That would make sense why Aria showed up at the theater, because remember when
she
when
knew
he
that.
first said, when he first whispered, remember she ran out into the into the
Hallway.
waiting room, and she was
was
looking around,
looking.
and the only person that she really could have been expecting to see was Shauna.
Right.
Right.
And she was like,
Okay, well then, weird question. If Shauna's actually bad, then even when nobody's watching, why on earth did Shauna put the jacket over Aria?
I was
just like
thinking
out of
the
the
same
goodness of my
thing.
heart.
and
think
maybe
it's-
because we're supposed to think that
They want to. She's shady.
Yeah.
Even with the jacket
Okay.
being put on Arya, you can see that she's a little shady.
yeah. Well, she's dead, so
Yeah, so there you go. Doesn't matter
Bye-bye.
now. Cece's not dead.
She's
No.
not.
Cece's a brunette.
Yeah, I just
I
gonna
think
say
it's a
that.
wig. No.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely a wig,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Cece is going as Vivian.
Vivian's
hot.
up.
Yes,
she
she
is
works it.
super hot
Yeah.
in that brunette.
Yeah.
hair.
I like
Yes, she does work it.
like
I'm
it.
excited to see that story unfold.
Yes.
We were talking about the embrace between Alison and Cece, and the fact that it wasn't just a friend hug. We
Right.
think that was maybe
That was a
Family.
family
I
hug.
never thought of that before you guys mentioned it, that
Yeah.
they could be related.
I
And that
honestly,
was
I
a
do.
great
about that.
twist.
I
Megan
really, really think that they are related.
Yeah.
I really do. And I mean, if you refer back to the books, like
Right.
Allison has a twin in the series,
Right.
right? And we already know that they're not really going, obviously, word for word with the books, or
Good.
even
Hate that idea.
what?
Hate that idea. So I'm glad they're not going with
No,
it.
yeah, I mean,
to kill a series. Well, that's chapter 3. The end. We know what's
Yeah,
gonna
I mean, if
happen.
we were going with the books, the show would be over like forever ago. I mean, but honestly, I think that there is something else going on with Cece, and there's a reason why Allison and her have such a special connection. And I really do believe that if they are truly related, then perhaps that is who Mrs. DiLaurentis was protecting.
Right, that would make sense because she's like, oh, I've got 2 flesh and blood people here.
Yes.
So
Guys, try this theory, okay? Just hear
this
me
is
out.
good. I've
For
heard
Okay,
kicks.
all right.
It's for
Good.
kicks, okay? So the twin theory, I obviously don't think Allison has a twin.
Right.
What if Cece was Jason DiLaurentis' twin?
Oh.
Yeah?
Why would they want to be killing Allison?
Because that is
Which
a messed
I just
up
like out of
family, then,
curiosity.
honestly.
Maybe they're like,
Well,
Mommy always loved Allison.
But you have to
the most."
remember too,
Yeah.
Cece is a Hastings then, because
Right,
Jason,
Yeah, because
is,
Jason is.
See what I mean?
Right,
The plot
right.
thickens
Yeah.
and it gets all messed up from there. But
You're good.
just a hunch.
No,
You're
I
good.
mean,
You're
I mean
good,
that's.
you.
I think you're onto something, definitely.
Yeah.
I think everybody is kind of starting to think, especially now after this episode too. I mean, we all saw that really strong connection between Allison and Cece at the diner with Noel, and it's like
Yes.
there's something. And you know what? I really felt for her when they finally said that. When Allison was talking to Emily and finally said, "Hey, like." She saved her life, and I'm kind of happy she got a little bit of redemption.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
who is Allison even ever nice to? Like, that's big. Allison looks out for
Yeah.
Allison, and she was like, here,
Yeah.
Cece,
Yeah.
take my passport ID, whatever that
Yeah.
was. You know what I mean?
Well, going back to that scene when Allison was in the theater, I think that just described her personality to a T because she was standing there and imagining all these people adoring her, and she feeds
She's a
off of
spotlight
that.
girl. Yeah.
Spotlight. Yeah. I still think that Allison started out the show as the evil mastermind.
Yeah.
I think she's going to end the show as an evil mastermind.
She sure
I'm just going to
is.
put that out
Yep.
there and call it
The
now.
whole
Definitely
time
think
we're
so.
over here, Stephanie's like, it's Allison.
it's
like, oh, there's no doubt in her mind. She's like, she's the ringleader.
She's probably construing this whole thing up just because she wants to be a shining star. She'll be in the newspapers, and that'll be her 15 minutes of fame.
I mean, honestly,
Or
if
6
they
years
did,
of fame.
Yeah, 6 years of
fame.
Seriously, if they did make it all, if they brought it all back to her and just made her as evil as we were supposed to believe at
That would
first,
be
I would
good.
love
that
it.
would be so genius.
Yes,
That would
I
be.
love
But I
it.
don't want it to end.
It's not going to. We have 2
2
years, girl.
2 years,
2
girl.
years.
2
Is that
years.
enough?
We got a whole mess of situations to talk about.
Wait, and then in those 2 years, I have another prediction. I'm just coming up with this all right now.
Perfect. Let it out.
Okay, what if, you know how Mona was kind of the outcast? She was like, oh, you know, I want to be part of the cool kids. Lucas, kind of the outcast. Oh, Hannah will never love me like that. What if Lucas and Mona get together now that they're kind of like leading these little like Mona minions?
Right.
Yeah, that'd be
I could
really
definitely see
cute.
that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, I think that the fact that they were talking beforehand, remember?
Yeah.
Like right before they had that group meeting, the fact that Mona and Lucas were together alone already kind of shows that there's something like going on between the two of them. Because then she's like, oh, I brought you all here because we all have something in common. And you know,
Yeah.
before that, it was the two of them. So that makes me feel
Yeah.
like maybe they're already
Yeah.
canoodling.
They could be. Very
Is
well
that what
could be.
canoodling looks like?
Yeah.
And then
That's the definition right there.
Creepiest cuddle session in the entire world.
That would be super creepy. Very creepy. Oh,
Maybe they're into
I
that
can't even
kind of
think about
thing.
that.
I love it, honestly, I would.
What about, okay. Sorry, now I'm on this thing of like predictions because I'm thinking of these next two seasons. What the heck is gonna happen now? Like, are we over Aria and Ezra?
No.
Okay.
No.
She didn't mean it, you guys.
That was
she
silly.
didn't
mean it.
Never mind. Bad Stephanie.
No, how you can't be over Aria and Ezra.
Okay,
Although
so we're
when
gonna
you
keep
take a
him
step
around.
back and really realize like what's going on in their relationship, it's pretty disturbing. This teacher-student kind of thing, totally illegal.
Remember when that was like
Besides
the
that, I
worst thing
love
that
it.
they were going through? The fact that he was a teacher and she was a
right.
student. And now it's
That was
like
like nothing.
That's like nothing
Now
compared to
he's
this.
dying.
I know. I was so sad.
Having seizures.
Having seizures, I know.
But one other
Why
big
am I
thing.
laughing? Stop. Lock that up.
I feel like you're anti-Ezra and I don't like it, Stephanie.
I'm not anti. I just feel like everyone keeps having their moment of like moment to shine in the show, and Ezra is just like all of his moments are moments to shine, and I'm like, well, do we get another lead guy sorta or
Right.
not?
And why
I
didn't we
get a
see
lot of
Jason
evil
tonight? No Jason.
No.
Because he pops up just as randomly as Shauna
Yeah,
did.
that's very true. That's true.
Maybe he's dead for all we know.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And it could be Jason just as much as it could be Cece.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Because Jason is also the son of Mrs. de Laurentiis.
Right.
So she'd
So
protect
you
him.
want to see more guys? I mean, I'm all
I feel
for
like
it.
there's so
Don't get
many
me wrong.
guys already.
I mean,
Like Caleb,
yeah.
he's totally gonna come back.
you have the update on Caleb's coming back. Is
He
that a
does.
spoiler? Are we allowed to give
It's
that
not a
away?
spoiler. He doesn't
I think
spoil it.
everyone
It's like
knows
all
it's gonna
over
happen.
it.
It's gonna happen,
Yeah.
guys. Sorry, spoiler
I
alert.
have the secrets. Actually, yeah, Caleb should be back in the 5th episode of this season for the 100th episode.
Nice.
The
Yes.
cast
I'm
and
excited.
creators and executive producers were at Paley, I believe it is, and they were talking, and they all seemed so, or not, yeah, Caleb. I'm like, wait, Caleb? Caleb,
What
yeah.
show is this?
Yeah, and the 100th episode, I feel like, is going to be so good.
Oh yeah.
And he's definitely going to get back together with Hannah. Like they were totally.
Or are
And
we
where
bored
the
of
heck
that?
is Travis then, right?
I'm over Travis.
I'm over him.
I mean, I was over him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is hot.
Just saying.
He is, yeah.
I think he's really
You know who
beautiful.
And
reminds
he's so sweet. Like, you have to feel for him.
He's very sweet.
So
Yeah.
sweet.
He's too
Very
sweet.
sweet.
Does
He
anyone
is.
think he reminds you of Channing Tatum? Nope.
Yeah, he
On
does.
my own?
No. I'm with you. He does. He does.
Right? He's like talks in that like I don't know jockey kind of
yes.
Channing Tatum
yes,
way.
and he
I don't
looks
know.
like Channing Tatum, the light hair. No, he's very. Keep going.
Okay.
I think that
Cooler
if
off.
anybody looks like Channing Tatum on the show, it's probably a good thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But then again, we have Ezra, so.
Then again, we do have Ezra.
I should be like the poster child for like the Ezra Fitz Foundation.
I think Marlene, the writer chick, said something along the lines of like their love story. I read
Marlene, the writer chick.
Marlene, that writer chick. It's okay, keep going.
whoever. I only know this because you guys, I like stalked Pretty Little Liars. What is the show? Anyway, moving on, guys. We had cocktails before, so
Don't give that away.
I mean, this is some lemonade. Anyway, but yeah, she said that it's like one of the most like the greatest romances in all time between Aria and Ezra. So I feel like they despite what I want, I think they'll probably keep it around, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that we have those relationships that we really can't get rid of them.
Right.
And Hannah and Caleb are a perfect
Right.
example.
Also, yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
kind of what we look to when we're like, what's familiar? Oh, with all this craziness going on, it's good to have something familiar.
But the way they said goodbye to me, she was like, "Go be with this other
Go to
girl.
Ravenswood.
Go take care of this other girl while me, your girlfriend, stays at home alone."
Yeah.
What is that?
It was an
No.
awkward goodbye.
Stupid.
So
Yeah.
maybe that's why they're waiting till episode 5, kind of
Yeah.
dwindle that a
maybe
little bit.
Travis and Caleb will have like a full out brawl.
That would be great.
And maybe we can get Ezra in on that.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
He'll break it up because he's the teacher. That would be great.
What about rumors that Toby and Spencer, right, might be separate?
Where is Toby?
In
Yeah.
the
Toby's
season?
sketchy. I love
Like,
him.
did I
like, he
forget what-
really adds a good twist.
like
Yeah,
a
we
little
didn't see
mouse.
him today.
No, and I think that's like, at this point, the first episode, I think what I can really honestly say is like, as good as it is, I'm really freaking confused.
Wait,
I'm wondering
you're
where
not
people
alone.
are.
You're not alone.
There's a lot of confusion.
And also,
Yeah.
they mentioned Jenna again in this episode, and I was like, wow, where's Jenna been? She's been out for like a season or two.
And how have we not talked about Melissa?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to talk about
yeah,
that.
definitely
Bad
do.
bitch. She's
She
going.
is.
She's got something bad. She might be
Someone
the
asked a
ringleader.
question about her.
Yeah.
So should we
We should dive into that.
Yes, definitely. So, let's see here.
right there at the bottom.
Oh yeah. Okay, so this is from PD 11187, and they want to know, what does Melissa know? What the hell does Melissa know?
She knows the girl who is actually dead, who isn't Allison.
Yes, I mean,
know
we all
that.
kind of, but I feel like she knows who killed the girl
Yeah,
who's dead.
that's who I
That,
think.
right? Because
Yes, you're right.
she said in the season
You're right.
finale, I know who did, I know who killed her, and then she whispered something to her dad. And let's talk about their
Right.
freaking dad.
Yeah, why is
and then
he
the dad
so
said your mother
show.
can't know this, which is why I think it has something to do with Jason because
agree.
he's the dad.
Yes,
I
yes,
agree.
Because,
I agree.
Because for some reason, Mr. Hastings is always trying to protect the De
Melissa-
Laurentiis family.
Yeah, that.
Yes.
Always,
Yeah,
you know.
you're right.
I mean, I get like why there's some sort of family bond, but like, don't you feel like, all right, enough is enough?
I know.
And he was so creepy when she was
yeah,
like,
very creepy.
Your mother,
Yeah,
your
I thought
mother
that they were
can
gonna
never
make
know.
out for
No,
5
he like
seconds.
Yeah, they were
leaned
like-
over her, and it was like, coming, man. And then, but then
Stephanie's
they
like,
didn't.
break up. They were awfully
Do they,
close.
they have like a weird chemistry. What if they're dating in real life? Do we know that?
Oh, wow,
I don't
that's
think
like
so.
really awkward.
Something tells me no.
I know.
Something tells
So
me
the point
no.
is, Melissa knows a lot, I
Yes.
think, and
Yes.
and then when she walked in
On the group meeting.
on the group
Oh, yeah.
meeting,
Right.
was
As like the
huge.
boss lady.
Exactly,
As the boss.
exactly.
Yes.
So she knows a lot, but what she knows, who knows?
Yeah.
That's a tagline right
Yeah,
there.
there it is.
What she knows,
Yeah,
who knows?
Yeah, and I feel like we're probably gonna find out towards. I mean, it's not gonna come soon.
No.
What, especially after her dad, freaked out on her.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go on to another question. Nova Grant wants to know, what are your thoughts on Shauna being A? She's not A.
She's not A,
No.
or she was just
No.
part of the team.
She was one of the
Or there'd be no
minions.
more seasons to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
she's not A.
I think A is one ringleader, but then has a bunch of people,
Right.
obviously, working for him
Right.
or her.
Yeah.
So Shauna definitely could have been a part of that team, but she's not the main
I
one.
mean, it's quite endearing that they all thought it was over, and you love that
Right.
music. It's
Oh,
like,
I know.
Right, they're like, yay, we can all relax.
all loving on each other. It's over. She's like,
freaking
it's
episode
over.
when it's over.
It's over. Let's go home. It's
And
like,
then-
no, it's not over.
Yeah, and then there was that
No,
last
it's not.
shot that we always get that you see A doing something at the end of every episode, and then there were 3 little A minions that came up next to Shauna. So
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Shauna can't be A.
Well, are those
yeah.
A minions or police? We were thinking.
I don't
The
know.
A
Oh.
Minions is the cast of Ravenswood.
Yeah, no, for real.
That would be good
They
to tie
hired
together. That's how Caleb
Can
comes
you
back.
imagine? I'm sorry. Obviously, it's not, but can you imagine, like, if it was?
that
like
scene
the
in
whole
the park
town.
was all Ravenswood cast members
And crew members.
in mass. Oh God, we're
And the
awful. We're
directors.
awful.
That is terrible. That's
And the
terrible.
director.
Poor thing.
Alrighty, okay, let's go to one last question. Sunshine43 wants to know, if Ezra dies, how do you think that will affect the direction of the show?
Canceled. Canceled show.
Yeah, I don't think.
I mean,
Ezra
obviously,
will
we
die.
know what I feel about that
I know.
one.
Yeah,
I
no,
want a new love interest, but I don't want Ezra to die. He's hot. Too
No.
hot to die.
That would break my heart. They are totally. I want to see them succeed. I want to see them go get married and have little babies that are really actually his. And then they have this like cute little family that loves literature and reads Shakespeare to their child,
Well, Ezra still has a whole storyline,
Yeah.
so he can't die because, I mean, in season 4, when he took Aria to the cabin and then she went for a walk or
Right.
to go get something for their dinner, and he opened the floorboards and he had a whole freaking
Yeah.
stalking
Right.
sketch room.
Research.
Right,
Yeah.
of the girls. And so there's all of that we need to figure out. And it's like,
Although I thought, was that for the book?
His book.
oh,
Yeah.
was that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is that what that was for?
I mean,
I mean,
that-
his book
it's a
would be
little
a lot
expensive for a
That's like-
book.
right,
No,
I
but
know.
you're right.
Skeptical.
You're right. There's
I would
so
not
much
get back
going
together with
on.
someone.
There's so much going on with Ezra. He's got Alison. He's got all of that creepy stuff he was doing last season, and he's got the fact that he's dying. I mean, there's so
Sorry.
much. I think he is a pivotal character.
Yes.
Is that the right word?
Yes. Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
He is a pivotal character in this show right now because I feel like he holds a lot of answers and he has us all questioning. I feel like he is linking us to something
Yeah.
huge.
Yes.
Also,
Yes.
it still could be Spencer. We still don't know about that.
Yep.
I
I'm
just thought of
suspicious
that.
of her.
Right? Because
Yeah.
I think she's such a, okay. I'm gonna get a lot of mean tweets tonight, but I kind of think Spencer might be my favorite actress in terms of her acting abilities, and I feel like they're gonna want to keep directing more of the show to be centered around her because she's so good.
It's happening.
She's a great actress.
I mean, it's happening. It's definitely happening.
Yeah.
All right, so literally, like, the next episode, the trailer is kind of disappointing, I think, because it didn't really...
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times do they do that? In every
You guys,
trailer?
we could do that so well by now after watching so many episodes.
Right? And it's like, do you think that they put mics on them? It is the loudest gasp in
Yeah,
television history.
For
Well,
sure.
they don't reveal much, so it makes us come back the next week.
Yes.
So.
Okay, so what have we learned about Pretty Little Liars after tonight's episode?
Oh, wait, nothing. Still could be anybody.
Yes.
We've learned that the main A is super athletic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Yes.
Still don't know if it's a guy or a girl because we couldn't hear that little whisper voice that
Yep.
was like, wanna play,
Yeah.
right?
Could have been either a man or a woman.
Either a man or a woman.
We know that Mr. Hastings is a creep.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. We already knew that a long time ago.
We know that Hanna can get highlights super fast because from season 4 to season 5, she went from being brunette to blonde.
That's difficult. That's difficult.
so difficult.
He's like, you guys, no, seriously though, give me like 1 second.
Gotta run to the salon.
Full head, yes. 3 hours, fine. Someone's getting murdered, not a big deal. Priorities.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We also know, even though she got new hair, they're all getting super hot every
Yes.
They are.
Yeah.
They're getting hotter and hotter.
Good clothes, good makeup, good hair. It's like, I want to keep watching just for that.
I
Right?
am
It's like watching
so
modeling.
excited.
Yeah, me too.
I'm very excited. I'm excited
Yeah.
to sit with you all next
week.
week.
We get to do this all again every week.
And I hope you guys all enjoyed it too.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're gonna be here next week and every Tuesday, wrapping up the show for you, doing predictions and taking more of your questions. So that means that even when we're not on, you have to tweet using the hashtag PLLAS, anything and everything you want to know, and comments about the show, even past episodes.
Good,
we want
bad,
to hear it.
ugly.
Yes. So the
Everything
hashtag is
ugly.
PLLAS. You can't forget it. You guys want to say goodbye?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for joining us once again. This is for the Stream TV Fan Show Network on the first ever Pretty Little Liars after show. My name is Sinead de Vries.
I'm Ashley Mova at Ashley Mova on Twitter.
I'm Meghan Lamontagne at Meg Lamontagne on Twitter and Instagram.
And Stephanie L. Gray, really Stephanie Gray, Lauren doesn't matter. Stephanie L. Gray on Twitter and Instagram. You guys, what if we leave doing the crazy?
Let's do it.
Let's do that.
One, two. What, are we gonna gasp?
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh, let's
okay.
gasp. Okay.
One, two, three.
All right, bye guys. See you later.
That was awesome.